Welcome to Swampwood Studio. I'm Clara. Thank you so much for joining me today here at the Underbelly Cowgate lobby area where we have a box office and a bar and a lot of people milling about waiting for their evening shows to begin. We are here at the Edinburgh Fringe presenting This Moment in America, which is a live recorded audio drama climbing inside the mind of an American as she tries to figure out what the hell happened to her country and how we maybe can move forward. Today, you will hear an open letter to Senator Rand Paul. And I think that's all I'm going to say in terms of introduction. Enjoy. Dear Senator Rand Paul, as your constituent, I have become accustomed to being shocked and horrified by the things you say, the causes you choose to champion, the banners you choose to wave. However, recently, I have been even more appalled than usual, which is saying something considering the disinformation you peddled during the pandemic led to who knows how many additional deaths from people believing your mistruths, half-truths, and not at all truths. Truly, when your neighbor tackled you, we all understood. Though, of course, violence is not the answer to solving our problems, of course, but still. Now, what has me currently flabbergasted, a state I find myself in all too often these days, is that you have now suggested that the Espionage Act be repealed, which is convenient, seeing as how your buddy, the former president, is now facing charges against that very law. Interesting timing, Senator. Interesting, too, because you pounced on this, responding so quickly. If only you could have responded as quickly when your constituents lost everything, in a historical flood, homes washed away, all their life's possessions strewn across the trees and ground and floating down the swollen creeks. If they survived, of course. And not all of them did. But care and concern for your constituents has never really been your strong suit, has it, Senator? That's why when your wife stood in for you at Fancy Farm last week, her speech included vitriol against LGBTQ people, including one of the candidates sitting behind her. And that's why Kelly, your wife, read dog whistle comments about your black opponent with unbridled glee. Like it wasn't too hard to read between the lines. They were bright red, like the lines on the map that segregated Louisville in the last century. And your speechwriters made sure she took a few jabs at the crime rate in the primarily black section of town created by those maps. But instead of addressing the overwhelming poverty in eastern Kentucky, the increasingly aggressive weather patterns due to climate change that have literally blown away your constituents' homes, instead of addressing the appalling state of healthcare in the Commonwealth or working to shore up Social Security or voting to provide benefits for veterans affected by exposure to burn pits, instead of taking action on any of these or other important issues to your constituents, you chose to call for the repeal of the Espionage Act and then resumed your regular programming of COVID misinformation. Every once in a while, Rand, you need to read the room. Disgustedly yours, Clara. P.S. Could you CC this to your buddy Mitch? That'd be swell. Okay, thanks, bye. Learn more about This Moment in America at thismomentinamerica.org or visit swampwoodstudio.com to learn more about all of our podcast and education offerings.